everybody, just wanted to take a second to go over the concept of variables. You will see this again and again in lab, and it will also be testable material when you get to your midterms and your finals. So let's just look at first a variable versus a control. A variable must vary. It's something that changes. So in this experiment this week, we were varying the amount of a substance used in each of our polymers. And the opposite of something that varies would be the control. The control always has to stay the same. So in this experiment, we used the same amount of PVA solution in each of our cups. So that would be the control. It's just staying the same. If you don't have a control, you don't have a baseline to measure how much your variables are changing your outcome. And then this is the part that gets a little confusing. The dependent variable versus an independent variable. You should have at least one of each, and preferably just one of each, in a good experiment. If you can remember this first sentence, it will help you immensely on future midterms and future labs. The dependent variable depends on the independent variable. So that means that the first part, the dependent variable, which is something that's changing, is dependent on another variable. So let's think about our lab this week with the polymers. The dependent variable, something that was depending on another variable, was the outcome of your polymers. So the consistency of your polymer, maybe it was slimy, maybe it was firm, was depending on the independent variable, which was the amount that you were using of the borax. So by changing one thing, you're affecting another. So think about this sentence, and whenever you're talking about variables in an experiment, just substitute the word dependent variable with this blank and independent variable with the second blank. So let's do the polymers. The blank depends on the blank. In this case, the consistency of your polymer, the sliminess, depends on the amount of borax that you used in your solution. And you'll see this again and again. So if this concept doesn't make sense to you, it's okay. Just think it through. Try a couple different scenarios and see if you can make it work in your head. And if not, contact me right away, because we need to get this all squared away before we move on to the next couple modules. So I hope this helped, and let me know if you have any questions.